How many games will the New York Giants win in 2023? What's going on, the G-Man Giants fans, and to everyone on the show? It's your boy, Emmanuel Jones here, back here with another NFL record prediction. It's time to predict the New York Giants 2023 schedule for the NFL season. I'm going to give you my thoughts, give you my game analysis to see which games I think the Giants will win and which games I think the Giants will lose. So before I give you my record prediction for the New York Giants for the 2023 NFL season, don't forget to put a thumbs up to like the video, subscribe to my channel for more options, and don't forget to comment down your opinion below to see how good the Giants are going to be. Do you think they're going to make the playoffs again? Do you think they're going to win the division, or do you think they're going to miss out on the playoffs? Let me know in the comments section below what you think. So here we are. Let's get rolling. So I got a question here. Will the Giants repeat to get back to the playoffs? I don't know. We're going to find out. So week 1, they have to play at home against the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday night. Now, I know I always go with the home team because Sunday night is because, the home team and the home crowd and all that. I know it's in New York, but I am going to go with the Cowboys. Because I just feel like Dallas is just a more complete team and have the better quarterback and better coaching staff. And I just pretty much think that Dallas pretty much owns you. And I don't think you guys match up well with Dallas pretty good. I just kind of feel because Dallas has given you issues a lot. I think their defense is going to find a way to stop your running game, give your offensive line and Daniel Jones some fits. I mean, their secondary has improved enough to at least stop the pass. And then they have a pretty good old line that can control your pass rush. So, yeah, I think the Cowboys find a way to pull that victory off. All right, then. The next game, they have to play against the Cardinals. I think they pick up their first win against the Cardinals. I mean, the Cardinals, are going to be one of the worst teams in the league. They're going to be doing some learning curves because, they have a new quarterback. They have a new coaching staff, a new culture, a new scheme. So, yeah, it's probably going to take some time and a learning curve. And also, we don't know if Kyler Murray is going to be playing this year. Even if he does play, I don't think it matters, though, because the Cardinals don't have a good offensive line. They don't have a good defense. So the Giants, they should have success moving the ball against them. And, their defense finds a way to at least confuse the Cardinals offense. And on top of that, the Giants, they're just a more complete team and have the better coaching staff. And also, I just believe that you're just more stable with the quarterback position. So, yeah, that's pretty much why I think the Giants win that game. The next game, they have to play against the Niners on a short week, Thursday Night Football. Obviously, I got San Francisco winning this game because I got the Niners win this game because I just believe that, San Francisco is a tough place to play at. And on top of that, this is East Coast team going to West to play against California team. And on top of that, the Niners are just a more complete team. We don't know who the quarterback's going to be. So Brock Purdy, we don't know if he's playing this year. So it's going to be Brock Purdy, Sam Darnold, or Trey Lance. I don't think it matters. I think the Niners win because they're the more complete team and have the better coaching staff. So, yeah, and I just kind of really feel like that the Giants cannot match up well with the Niners really good. So I just kind of feel like their defensive line can find a way to at least control the line of scrimmage, stop their running game, and give the Giants offense some fits. And they can get after Daniel Jones. And then, their pass defense is pretty good. So I think they can find a way to stop the pass in this game. And they have a strong offensive line that can really control your D-line, which that can put your defense in a bad position, where it can put your linebackers and your corners and your safeties in a bad position. So, yeah, I think this game will be close, but I think San Francisco finds a way to win this game. All right, the next game, they have to play against the Giants. I mean, they got to play against the Seahawks on Monday Night Football. Obviously, this is another game that can go either way. Now, most people are kind of really picking the Seahawks to win because they think Seattle's a better team, but both these two teams are kind of similar to each other. But I'm gonna say since you're at home, I think the Giants are gonna pick up a win here. Because I think they kind of want revenge from last year, where Seahawks, they beat you guys by a lot of points, and I think, with Martindale's scheme, I think he can find a way with his blitzes. I think he can do a good job defensively, knowing how to confuse Geno and all that. And I think your secondary can match up well with the Seahawks receivers, and then I think that your pass rush can definitely make life difficult on Geno Smith. They can get after Geno. And your old line can definitely give the Seahawks defense a tough time. So I don't think the Seahawks might have an answer for Saquon or Darren Waller. So I think they can have a big game here. And I think Daniel Jones can probably do enough to throw the ball through the air against the Seahawks young secondary. So, yeah, I think his game will be a lot closer than we expected, but I think the Giants find a way to pull it off. The next game that week 5 they have to play against the Miami Dolphins. Obviously, I got the Dolphins winning this game because Miami is kind of like a tricky place to play at because sometimes it's hot there. And, the Giants, they're not used to that environment. So that kind of gives Miami a chance to win. And I think Tua, can, as long as Tua stays healthy, I kind of feel like that he has a chance to beat you with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. And those guys are tough to cover. So I feel like Tua can do enough to at least tear apart your defense and all that. So yeah, and also they have a good defense. I feel like their defense is improved and their secondary is improved. So I think they'll find a way to stop the pass. And then I think their pass rush can find a way to give the Giants offense some issues. I feel like Vic Fangio's scheme, I think he'll find a way to confuse Danny Dimes and company and all that. So yeah. And on top of that, the Dolphins are at home and they have a better quarterback. I think Tua is a better quarterback than Daniel Jones, but I think they're both similar to each other in my opinion. So yeah, I think this game will be close, but I think the Dolphins find a way to pull it off. The next game, they have to play against the Buffalo Bills on the road. Now, this is going to be a good game right here. It can a little bit go either way, though, because this could be the Brian Daboll revenge game. Now, some people are kind of really picking the Giants to win because of the Daboll revenge game. But they're both in New York. But since it's in the Bills Mafia Stadium, I'm going to go with Buffalo to win this game because I just think the Bills are just a more complete team and have the better quarterback, the better coaching staff. They're at home. And Sean McDermott pretty much knows Daboll, and I think he's going to own Daboll in this game. And I just kind of feel like that their defense is going to find a way to, get after Daniel Jones, and I think they're going to, find a way to slow down your running game. And then they have a talented enough secondary that can really, find a way to at least find their matches against the Giants receivers with their pass catching group. They have their old line is good enough where they can control your pass rush. And I feel like Diggs and Davis will be tough to cover, so I don't think they're going to have an answer for one of them. So I think Josh Allen is going to do enough to at least dice you up and throw the ball through the air against your secondary. So yeah, I think it will be close. But I think Buffalo finds a way to pull it off here with the win. So, yeah, that's pretty much why. All right, the next game, week 7, they have to play against the Washington Commanders. Obviously, I think they're going to split with the Commanders because I remember last year they both tied and then the Giants won the other matchup. But I think they're going to split with them this time. So I'm going to say that the Giants are going to I'm going to say they win the first matchup because they're at home and you more stay with the quarterback position. And I think you have a better coaching staff. I don't think Washington's coaching staff is as good as yours. So maybe you do have the coaching advantage in this game. And I just kind of feel like the Giants can do enough here to defensively to at least confuse the Washington's offense. Because we don't know who the quarterback's going to be, right? It's going to be Sam Howell or Jacoby Brissett. But if it's Sam Howell, I wouldn't trust a young quarterback to win on the road, especially against a good defense like the Giants. I think the Giants can find a way to at least So yeah, and I think Giants O-line, your O-line is very solid. So I think you can control the Washington's pass rush. Because sometimes I feel like Washington's defense is a little bit overrated in my opinion. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. So yeah. And also, I just think the Giants are just a more complete team. That's pretty much why. And then you also played them again in Week 11. I think you split the season series, and you lose that game because the game is in Washington, and Washington, they just like play the Giants pretty tough in these games and all that. So yeah, for that reason, that's pretty much why I think that you split the season series. So yeah. All right, the next game, Week 8, they have to play at home against the New York Jets. So they stay in New York and they get to play against the Jets, which means that the Jets, both these two teams are in town. This is a game that can definitely go either way, though, because some people might pick New York to win because they're at home. But, this is Aaron Rodgers coming to town. Now, I feel like this is a game where I think the Giants can definitely win because they're at home. But I think it will be close, and Giants can definitely pull this one off. But I am going to go with the Jets here to win this game on the road because I just kind of feel like the Jets have a better quarterback, and I just kind of feel like they're better on the offensive and defensive line. So I think their defensive line is going to give Daniel Jones in that Giants offensive line some issues because sometimes the Giants have issues at pass blocking it. And then, their old line can do enough to like control your pass rush. And then, Aaron Rodgers, I think he can do enough to throw the ball in the air against your secondary. So, yeah. But in my opinion, I think the Giants got better coaching because I don't really believe in the Jets coaching. I just believe in their talent, their players, and Aaron Rodgers, but I just don't believe in their coaching. I don't believe in Daniel Hackett, and I don't believe in the defensive scheme. So, yeah. I think it could be close, but I think the Jets can find a way to survive with a win. But the only way that the Giants can only win this game is that if they control the clock, keep their defense off the field, keep Aaron Rodgers on the sideline. I think, the Jets find a way. Then I think you guys find a way to win. So, yeah, that's pretty much. So, yeah, for that reason, I think the Jets find a way to pull that one off. Next game, Week 9, they got to play against the Raiders. This is another game that can go either way. Now, most people might pick the Giants to win because this could definitely be the Darren Waller revenge game. But you know what? Since they're going towards West Coast and the game's in Las Vegas, I am going to go with the Raiders to win this game because I just kind of really feel like that. I just kind of really feel like that, that I just kind of feel like Jimmy Garoppolo can like do enough to like make some big plays and throw the ball through the air against your secondary. They have a good offensive line that can really control their pass rush and all that. And then they got some what I don't think they're gonna have answers for Devontae Adams and Hunter Renfrow because I feel like those guys are gonna be tough to cover. So I think. So, yeah, and I think that pass rush of the Las Vegas is going to give the Giants some problems. So, offensive problems. So, yeah. But I think this game's going to be close, and I think it's going to be a shootout, though. But I just kind of feel like as long as Darren Waller doesn't tear the Raiders' defense apart, then I think the Raiders find a way to win that game. So, yeah. If the game was in New York, I might go with the Giants. But since it's in Las Vegas, I'm just going with the Raiders here because they're at home and I just feel like Jimmy G is going to make some magic happen. So, yeah, that's pretty much why I think the Raiders win. So, they're 3-7 right now, which they're not looking so good. Then they got to play against the Dallas Cowboys on the road. Obviously, I can definitely see Dallas sweeping you guys, but I think that you're going to split with Dallas. So I'm going to give the Giants the win right here because I think that you're gonna get revenge on them because earlier you lost to them, and I think you guys are gonna beat them this time on the road. So yeah. So that's pretty much why I think you guys are gonna split with the Giants. All right, next game, week 12, they have to play against the New England Patriots. This is another game that can go either way. Now, some people might pick the Patriots to win because Patriots have a better defense than you guys. They have a better coaching staff. But I don't really know. And I think Mac Jones and Daniel Jones are kind of similar to each other. Like, it can go either way. But if the game is in New England, I could definitely take the Patriots, though. But since the game's in New York and the Patriots coming to town, I'm going to take... I think the New England is a better team than the Giants. But I'm probably going to go with the Giants. I'm probably going to take the Giants to win because I just kind of really feel like that the Giants, I feel like Daniel Jones can do enough against his Patriots defense to make some plays. And then I think their O-line can do a good job, controlling their pass rush. And I think Martindale can find a way to blitz Mac Jones. Like he can confuse Mac Jones and give the Patriots offense issues and all that. So yeah. Because I guess kind of feel like the Patriots' issues on defense is their ability to stop the pass. So I don't know if they're going to be able to do it. So I think the Giants can come away with that with the win right here at home. But I think it will be super close. But I would not be shocked if the Patriots won this game. And I wouldn't rule them out winning. But I just think the Giants find a way to survive with the win. So right now, they're 5-7 right now, getting almost 2 games under 500. So they're heading toward the bye week. Then after the bye week, they have to play against the Green Bay Packers on Monday Night Football. Obviously, I got the Giants. I got them winning this game because they're gonna have extra time to prepare because they're coming off a bye week, and their players gonna be more rested and all that. So yeah, and also I feel like Green Bay, it's probably gonna take a little step back this year because they don't got Aaron Rodgers. If Aaron Rodgers was there, I would pick Green Bay, but since Aaron Rodgers is not there, I'm just picking the Giants here. And I feel like Don Martindale is going to do a good job against this Packers offense. Like he can find a way to confuse Jordan Love. They have a good secondary that can really I feel like your secondary can match up well with the Packers receivers really good because the Packers offense is pretty young. I feel like Green Bay is probably going to be dealing with some learning curve because of that young offense they have. And I think it's probably going to take some time. It's going to take a learning curve for everybody in that team to figure it out, especially Jordan Love is trying to develop. But he can throw, he can learn and all that, but I don't really think he's as good as Daniel Jones. I think the Giants are I just think, they're at home and they just got the better quarterback and all that. So yeah, I feel like Green Bay, they're going to take some time, for everybody on that team to figure it out because, they got Jordan Love. Because, Christian Watson, the rookie Jaden Reed, Romeo Dubes, the 2 tight ends they drafted. They got a really good young core there on offense. So I feel like everybody's trying to figure it out over there. So I think, that the Giants find a way to pull this victory out. Next game, week 15, they have to play against New Orleans Saints. This is another game that can go either way, but I kind of feel like some people could pick the Giants to win because they think the Giants are a better team. But I am going to take, if this game's in New York, I could definitely go with the Giants here. But given that the game's in New Orleans, I'm going to take the Saints to win this game because I think the Saints, I feel like the Superdome is a tough place to play at and all that. And, the Saints do well at home against some type of opponent. I think the Saints match up with the Giants pretty good. The Saints have a good defense. Their defense, I feel like it's a little bit overrated, but I think their defense is going to find a way to stop the run. And then I think their secondary can find a way to stop the pass. And then I think, and I feel like Derek Carr, he can do enough to make some plays against your defense and all that. Because I feel like, I don't think they're going to have an answer from Michael Thomas or Chris Olave. Those guys are going to have a good game here. And I think Alvin Kamara and Jamal Williams can have a good game as well. So the Saints got a good enough offense. So I think they should be able to at least so I think they're going to move the ball against your defense, give your defense some issues. And I think they're going to give your O-line and your offense and Daniel Jones some issues. I think the defense can get pressure and get after Daniel Jones, which I think they can do that. So, yeah, but it's kind of weird to say that you guys got better coaching. But I feel like the Saints are going to win because I think the defense is just going to win the game itself. So, yeah, I think it will be close and competitive, but I think the Saints are going to find a way to pull it off with a victory. Okay, so as I look at their record right now, let's see. So as I look at their record right now, they're about I don't even know because my computer's kind of frozen. So as I look at it right now, if I'm not mistaken, if I go back up, if I'm looking at it now, if I'm not mistaken, I'm looking now, and I can't scroll up. You know what? I don't even know what the record is because I got to scroll up a little bit. Let's see. So, I can't remember. So, obviously, I can't remember. So, if they lost to the Saints week 15, I got to look. So, let me look at this. So, I'm going to count. So they start off 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, 2-2, 2-2, 3-2, 4-3, 4-3, 5, 3-6, 4-6, 4-7, 5-6. So they're 6-8 right now, heading towards week 16, where they have to play against the Eagles on Monday. Now, this is on Christmas. Obviously, I think they're going to split with the Eagles. They're playing back-to-back versus the Eagles. They play them in week 16. Then they play in week 18. So, obviously, they're going to split with them. So, I'm going to say they lose the first game because the game is in Philly. And we know that Philly is kind of a tough place to play at due to the environment. And, New York, is not used to that. And Philly is. And, Philly, has been giving you issues lately. And I don't think you guys can match up well with the Eagles pretty good. I think their defense is going to give you issues. I think their offense is going to give you issues. And I feel like Jalen Hurts is going to make some magic here at home. So, yeah, that's pretty much why I think the Eagles, win this game. And then they got to play the Eagles again in Week 15. Obviously, I think they split with the season series with a win because I think the Eagles, they might rest their starters, but I'm not. But I don't know. I'm just gonna give them a win for some reason because they're probably gonna rest their starters. So yeah, that's pretty much why. So yeah. So they split with each other, and I think their record is about I'm not mistaken, 6-8, 6-9. So I believe they're 7-9 right now, not looking pretty good. Okay, so that's pretty much why. Why is it not working? Okay, Okay, so I can't. Why is it not working? There we go. And then week 17 they play the Rams. Obviously, they should be able to beat the Rams. The Rams, I don't think they're gonna be a good team this year. We don't know if Matt Stafford's gonna play this year or not. Now, I feel like the issues for the Rams is their offensive line, where they can't really pass block. You guys, their defensive, the Giants have a good offensive and defensive line, and the Rams defense outside Aaron Donald isn't good. So I think they can do a good job, blocking him, and I think their defensive line can control line of scrimmage and get after Matthew Stafford, and especially Daniel Jones can and I feel like the Giants, can at least do enough offensively, to move the ball against the Rams defense, which I think is a little bit overrated. The Rams don't have a good secondary. So I think that the Giants, Daniel Jones should be able to find a way to throw the ball against their secondary. And then the Giants, I don't think the Rams are going to have an answer for Darren Waller. So he might have a good game. Saquon could have a good game. So yeah. And on top of that, I just feel like the Giants are just a more complete team. And they're at home. So yeah. So that's pretty much why I think the Giants win this game. So yeah. So Okay, so overall, let's see. So okay, so overall, and I can't scroll up. What's wrong with this? Okay, so overall, okay, so okay, so overall, I have the Giants going 8-9. Now I know that's disappointing for a lot of Giants fans, but I just kind of feel like this is a season that you kind of take a step back because I feel like they're probably going to take a little step back because they were lucky to get in the playoffs last year, and I know they won a playoff game, but I just kind of feel like this is a year that they kind of miss out. Now 3-3 in the division, 7-5 in the conference, 6-2 at home, 2-7 away. That's pretty good. But when you look at the schedule, it's pretty tough because they played the Cowboys twice, they played the Niners, they played the Seahawks, they play the best division in the AFC, which is the Dolphins, the Bills, the Jets, and the Patriots. They play the Raiders, they play the Commanders twice. And they play the Saints, the Packers, and they got to play the Eagles twice. So, yeah. So, looking at the schedule, it's pretty tough, though. So, yeah. But I got the Giants in third in division because I just kind of really feel that the Giants, are kind of in a little bit of a tough division because they have to deal with the Cowboys and Eagles because I have the Cowboys and Eagles already in the playoffs. But I think the Giants, rank somewhere from the 9th to the 10th seed in the NFC, somewhere like that. So, yeah. When you look at the division, it's kind of a little stronger. So, yeah. But in my opinion, I think the Giants are probably going to land somewhere from like 7 to 9 wins this year. I'm just going with 8 because I just kind of feel like they can do enough, I just kind of feel that the schedule is a little tough. Like I can definitely see them being as bad as 6-11, but I think 6-11 can definitely be their floor if they take a way major step back, and then Daniel Jones not where we can see the downside of Daniel Jones, turn the football over, and then the offensive line isn't great, and the defense isn't great, and the coaching's not great. So yeah, but I think their ceiling can be like 10-7, 11-6, something like that. If the defense plays really good and Daniel Jones starts to break out, and Saquon starts to break out, Darren Waller starts to break out, the coaching is just pretty good on both sides of the ball. So yeah, that's how I see it. 8-9 is probably my record for the Giants. I can totally change my mind on that, but that's how I feel about the Giants. 8-9 is the record. I'm just hoping they prove me wrong and all that. So, yeah. So, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, how you feel about the Giants and all that. So, yeah. It's Emmanuel Jones, a big fan. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later in the next one. Peace.